texts from like Liquor RI being like, we're gonna drop the liquor off at your house soon, but it's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
random phone. I started texting all the drivers that have delivered me stuff. That really zoomed out video of
Yeah.
Dixie, like the 1 pixel. And I woke up today with like 30 texts of people being like, who the fuck are you? Why are you sending this to me?
You actually get their real numbers? That's weird.
Yeah, I got their real phone numbers. They have my real phone number, which is weird too.
Yeah, because I think like Uber and everything, they like give you a fake number to call on and all that stuff.
Yeah, I got it's a number from Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and whatever 276 is.
See if we get liquor delivered to your house a lot now.
God.
No, just like 3 times, and that was enough to get 3 drivers' numbers.
I thought you were gonna say 3 times a week. I'm like, that's a good amount.
If
Wait,
I
they
did
don't
the
have, like, a
delivery
number now?
thing, my liquor bill would go from like $27 to $35. So it's like, I'm not gonna do that.
Welcome to Just Your Average Podcast. I'm Chad. That's Chris and Chris. Easy names to remember, huh? Welcome to Just Your Average Podcast. How you guys doing?
I think I'm getting sick and I feel run down.
Yep.
You have the
Same
COVID?
boat. No.
You have COVID finally?
I had COVID. I guarantee it. I think I was one of the first people to get it.
He gave it to you, Chad.
Remember when
Yeah.
remember when my ribs were broke? That was from coughing. I'm pretty sure I had it.
How's your day been, Chris Burgess?
Cool. I got to work from home half the day. It felt like shit the entire day. It was a good day.
Aw.
Yeah,
How's your
I
day
had a
going,
good day.
Chad?
just about to ask.
I
that.
took a nap with Finnegan. It was nice. Riley didn't destroy anything while I fell asleep.
I'm glad
So
you
it
can see the
sucks.
movement in the background.
Nicole hiding in the background.
Dude, yeah, she is. I mentioned it to her. I was like, look, you can be on the podcast. And she was like, no, I'm just going to stay on the bed. I was like, whatever, man.
I really thought that was your dog and I was just joking around.
No, he would be in a paper bag and he could
You
figure
just
his
called
way out of
Nicole
it.
a dog? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well,
So Chris B, have you ever seen Worst Cooks in America?
yeah, it's something I actively avoid watching.
Why? It's a great show.
No, it's definitely just acted up trash of like, I know there are people who don't know how to cook and like I understand that, but that is definitely like overhyped, over dramatic, just bullshit.
Well, the show is created in the editing room.
Oh yeah.
Like they film the people doing stuff and then they chop it up to make it seem more dramatic.
It's like what Chad does with us.
Yeah. Like our podcast, the one you watch, is totally different than the one we record because Chad heavily edits it.
Yep.
Well, did you
Why
hear
are we
about
looking
the
at
worst?
this?
You hear about the Worst Cooks contestant that murdered the adopted child?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then they had to like cut it or something.
Yeah, they took down all the episodes.
I mean, she looks like she kills kids.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, there she does. Here she seems like a happy-go-lucky person.
Oh
No,
god.
look at those eyes.
Did she like Hansel and Gretel the kid?
No, she just beat it to death.
Yeah, all right, I was trying to go for the
Horrible.
funny aspect, and you were just like,
No,
no.
This is one of those stories where I start to remember that this is all real. And
That
not,
humanity is fucked up, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I hate when kids get killed.
So yeah, it is the
Well, the
worst.
crazy thing is, like, she was actually like doing really good. She won the thing. She got a YouTube channel. She got really popular in that. She decided to adopt like I think 3 or 4 kids, and she had a couple kids, I think.
Yeah, that's a bad sign right there.
Yeah.
That's a warning sign.
It's a 3-year-old kid too, so that's just like
Yeah, piece of shit. Just a human garbage can that deserves to be fucking dragged out into the street and beaten to death by an angry mob.
Yeah.
just how nuts is it seeing like this person on TV you think is like a super nice person. Then they were like Ellen DeGeneres and they're just like horrible people that are mean to everybody.
Now, it wasn't Ellen that was being mean. It was Ellen's assistant.
And
I thought it was
producers.
Ellen being mean to everybody else.
And also, you have to think if I kind of I agree with Ellen's anger because she's a female comedian and a lesbian.
God.
And when she was coming up, that shit wasn't cool, you know? And the fact that she fought her way to get her own TV show, like out of the billions of comics that exist, of course she's going to be a douchebag. She's had to fight for everything. So,
But don't you think that since she went through all that, she should know how it is to be shit on? So maybe she could make the work environment a little nicer.
yeah, she should give everyone a puppy at the beginning of every episode. That would make everything okay.
But
Shows up under the boxes in their suits, and hopefully the puppy's still there.
but what you don't see before the episode is she kicked every puppy in the face at least once.
Yeah, I heard that Ellen DeGeneres prays to Satan and eats babies.
What she does is she sedates the dogs, puts them under the seat so they don't bark. And some make it and some don't. The ones that make it end up being the winners.
That would be like, that's horrible. But can you imagine reading the news and being like, Ellen did what? Holy fuck.
Ellen was how fucked up?
She
Like
sedated
200
puppies.
dogs and only 20 of them survived.
Dude, that's fucking.
And
That's
her
fucked.
quote is, "I thought it'd be funny," you know, like with her like.
Yeah, dude, yep, I can see that. No, that'd be something that like, Groucho Marx definitely would have done. He would have been like, "Oh, this is haha funny."
Yeah. Have you seen the GIF where the Oprah GIF where she's like, "Look under your seats," and instead of it being cars, she's like, "Bees," and they just have bees fill the studio, and like people are screaming.
Dude, that would have been a great episode.
But
Why is that
back to the
Oprah up?
adoption.
Oh, God.
This whole thing makes me think that maybe the kid should get a say in whether they're like the kid should be able, like the family can pick the kid, but the kid should be able to be like, I don't want to go with you, you know?
Yeah, but how's the kid supposed to know they're fucking crazy?
Kids figure out that God doesn't exist really young. I'm sure they can figure out if someone's insane or not.
Dude, yeah, it's the age of reason. You hit like 6 years old. God doesn't exist. Santa doesn't exist.
You just start
Well,
figuring.
not to sound like an asshole, I feel like the adoption agency would be like, beggars can't
But
be
they're
choosers.
making money. They don't
Yeah,
give
they
a
don't
fuck.
care.
They're pumping kids out.
I don't know. I definitely feel like you should need like a psychiatric test and all that stuff before you adopt
Well,
a
if
child.
that's the case, then the second your wife gets pregnant, you should get a psychiatric test, you
Yeah.
know? And then you're violating people's rights and blah, 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 blah,
Dude,
blah.
it's like being a gun
No, it's
owner.
way different adopting a child than having your own.
But it's still a child. You can
It's
still.
still a
I know it's
child.
still a child, but you're taking a child from like this thing. I don't know.
Good
I
sentence.
think there's a lot of things in this country that you need psychiatric tests for.
One of them is not guns. No one should be
No.
asking any questions when I buy a
Never.
gun. Who cares who I
Yeah.
shoot, as long as it's not you, right?
I don't want that. I don't want the opportunity for it to be me.
As long as I kick them in the leg or something, it won't be that bad.
Nobody should have guns. We should all
Nah,
just get,
everybody should have guns.
at the age of 10, we should all get a metal stick. And that's it. And we can all
I
beat
mean,
each other with the metal sticks.
We used to do the whole everyone uses swords, and then like
Yeah.
there's bodies in the streets. So we were like, no one can use swords anymore.
I feel like we should do what Japan does, and every child should have to take some sort of martial arts as a kid.
In Norway,
Wow.
when you graduate high school, it's join the army or go to college. Those are
Yeah.
your choices. I think that's how it should be.
Isn't it like in South Korea, there's like 2 years of mandatory like military service
Yeah.
as soon as you like, yeah. So it's like,
Israel does the same. We're like one
fuck
of the
it.
only countries that doesn't. Like Israel does it, Russia does it, China does it.
Canada doesn't, Britain doesn't, all that stuff.
Yeah, all the lazy Western countries don't.
all the cool ones, all the cool
You guys
kids.
don't think kids should have to take some sort of like self-defense class growing up and all that stuff?
No.
I mean, yeah. I didn't really take classes, but Bob was like, if anyone does anything, just kick them in the nuts as
Yeah.
hard as you can.
Like jam your thumb into their eyes, like
Yeah, eyes and balls. That's what
Yeah.
you go for.
Bobby Hill them. I don't know you. This is not
Basically,
who else bought their GameStop stocks? Am I
Dude,
right?
I'm so fucking mad. I tried to buy it before like everything blew up, and Robinhood was like, "No."
What do
we're
you
not
mean
gonna
before
sell it.
everything blew up?
So him going through Robinhood to buy it and saying and Robinhood saying no means Chad was super late. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did
I
it before the thing got blocked.
I saw the stocks when they were like $5,
Dude, yeah.
and everyone on 4chan was like, "Dude, invest right now."
Yeah.
And I was like,
You're
nah,
like, nah.
nah. Next thing I know, stocks are $300, and kids are talking about like I'm a millionaire now. And I
Yeah,
was
and you're
like,
just like, ah, fuck. But like, think about those kids who don't understand. Like, you have to pay on those capital gains. So 40% gone right there.
but 50% of a million is still pretty fucking good.
Yeah, on Reddit, there's all these people being like, I have $300,000 now. And I'm like, shit.
It's just like the I do this all the time. Like I hear about the get rich quick scheme, and I'm like, it'll never work. And next thing I know, Bitcoin is fucking millions of dollars, and it's like,
Well,
I could have got Bitcoin when they were $1.
There's another
Motherfucker.
there's
Yeah,
another
it's doggy
cryptocurrency.
coin.
No, it's
Doge.
Doge. I'm gonna fucking slap anybody else who says that.
Fucking Andrew, and now Jake is invested in Dogecoin.
Dude, yeah. I bought
Like
it at
everybody's getting into it.
I bought it
Back
at
at
80
15
cents and I was
bucks.
like, fuck.
My older brother has like a fuck ton of Dogecoin because when he bought it when it was like less than a penny.
I mean, you might as well. Like, honestly, with cryptocurrency and how volatile it gets, you'll catch it at that one time it hits $1. And if you have fucking 1,000 shares in it, there you
Yeah.
go, $1,000.
But did you see what India did?
Oh god, no.
Yeah. How do you think that's gonna work out?
What is it?
You know,
India banned crypto and they want to make a state-run crypto. So like thus defeating the purpose of a crypto.
yeah.
You really don't think the dog coin is going to go up?
Doge.
Jesus
Dog.
Christ. Chad. Doge.
Elon Musk is saying it's going to be the currency of the future.
I feel like Elon is memeing though.
He probably is. But I mean, it's putting a
He
bunch
puts
of
money into this, and it goes crazy.
no, it's a bunch. Him saying it puts a bunch of weight behind it. So it's like,
Yeah, but what if Reddit does the thing where they buy a bunch of stuff into it, and it inflates it like they do with
see,
GameStop?
all right. So that's the big thing with this whole GameStop thing. And I read way too much into it because I got too interested. But the short of it is the only reason Reddit like funneled so much power into it is because of all the short sellers and all the billionaires who were like, we'll make money off of this if they go out of business. And Reddit wasn't having that shit. So they were like, we like GameStop for the most part. Fuck it. Let's go.
It was just one kid who
Deep
who
fucking
figured-
value.
who was just like, you know what? Why do hedge funds get to short sell? And
Yep.
just decided, fuck them. I loved all the articles that were coming out calling it anti-Semitic and shit.
Yep.
And you're just like, wait, by saying that, you made it anti-Semitic now, because now you're saying that the Jews
thing I
are
hate the most
scheming
is-
us.
They're trying to make all these people seem like the bad guys for like buying into this company.
They're
Yeah,
doing
but-
It's like, that's what these fucking hedge fund people
People do all the
Exactly.
time.
like
Yeah, but
Melvin Capital or whatever.
Oh god, they lost
$90
50%.
billion off this. That's how heavily invested they were.
So I know Melvin lost about 8 billion.
8
And then
billion.
dude, and then the rest of the hedge funds altogether that also were in it lost about $7.1 billion. Dude, think about that. You can't even like there's no way a human like you, me, or Chris, within logical reasoning, would be able to spend $1 billion even in a fucking year.
I bet I could.
No, I'm talking like don't go
Operative.
like crazy and be like, I'm gonna buy Panama. Like
No, I wouldn't buy Panama.
But,
I'd
like-
buy Blackwater and take over
oh,
Panama.
God,
Well,
no,
you
like
buy
buy a house
Chris will buy all the cocaine coming from Panama.
and then sell it at a higher rate.
Yeah, sell it to the
thing I-
CIA.
The thing I hate the most is, remember when Biden announced that the government vehicles were going to become electric and all that shit?
Yeah,
Nancy Pelosi,
Like a couple days right before that announcement,
invested
put so much
heavily.
stock in Tesla.
Yep.
So why is all that and all this like insider trading of all these hedge fund people being like the stock is going to go up? We
Well,
should all
Chad.
vote on this.
Have you ever heard the phrase "rules for thee, but not for me"?
Yeah.
Once you get rich and liberal enough, rules stop applying to you.
Dude, it's just
So
it's
you're
once you get
allowed
rich
to.
enough.
You're allowed to trade on the inside. You're allowed to do all this, but once the goyim figure it out, no, we need to fucking tax it and make rules.
As soon as the normal guy figures it out. Dude, and that's why Robinhood was like, nope, we're gonna turn off like buying stocks for a
Now,
day.
who do you think that dude was paid off by for all
Who?
this to happen?
Citadel.
Yeah.
Citadel owns Robinhood. Citadel was also involved in losing billions of dollars in GameStop, and so they realized that everyone was doing this off a company they owned, so they
Yep.
forced the company they owned to stop doing it, thus violating U.S. law. By the way, that's illegal. You can't not let someone. You can't forcibly sell someone's stock against their will, and you can't not let them buy stock. It's
Yeah.
fucking America. We're allowed
It's
to do that.
It's a free market.
Now they have
The bullshit thing where you can't, unless you have like a certain amount of money, you can't buy cryptocurrency on Robinhood.
No, there's a 5-day period before when your money goes in,
Oh.
and you can actually use it.
No, that's how it was before. Now you can't buy it.
Yeah,
I
they made
tried
it so
doing
you
it today.
can't.
No, I can.
You literally
Oh, you
can't
can?
buy it unless you have a certain amount of money invested into the.
I already bought like Dogecoin today.
All I know is I saw something where
Way that
they were selling games when GameStop stock was like $350. Robinhood was only allowing you to sell it for $100,
Yeah.
and everyone
Well,
was
now-
like, "That's illegal. That's you can't do that."
Well, now Robinhood's like you can only buy it by the stock price. You can't
fucked.
put like $10 in GameStop. You have to pay like the 300.
whatever it's worth.
Yeah, you
If
have to
you're
buy a full
smart,
share.
if it like if the government, and I know Biden's not going to do this because Biden's totally on Robinhood's side, but if he was smart, he would start like drafting bills to protect the low investor, the average guy, and shit like that. Because that's the best way to assure a re-election. You just
Well, I
make
mean,
sure people get their money.
You
But
hear
nah,
that from like AOC and like all of the people who are like our age who like are in, I guess you could say the digital age, and they're all like, yeah, we should probably start doing stuff about this. Everyone over the age of like 40
did you
in
see
House
what
and Senate just like,
Ilhan Oman wants to do?
oh god, I don't want to
She
know.
wants to tax trading like heavily, but that's not going to hurt rich people because rich
No.
people can afford. It's going to fuck over the lower and middle class, like the average Joe who's just trying to get rich off. Like she wants to do it something like 50% of what you make gets taxed on top of already everything else. And it's like, lady, you're going to kill the middle class. Like, what are you doing?
They understand if all this happens, it's going to be a shift of power. So
No, there's going to be a perceived shift in power, but power is not actually ever going to shift.
No.
Once you get to that $1 billion club, you don't leave it unless something really fucked up happens.
Or unless you get killed, you know.
Yeah.
I
Epstein.
apologize. Riley and Finn are like screaming up there. I gotta go make sure they're not getting murdered.
All right.
Okay, have fun.
Right back.
Promise not to say anything too bad about you. Oh, dude, look at those Hanes underwear.
He disgusts me.
Oh,
Back to this fucking, like, I was following this story the second it happened because
Oh yeah.
it was just so funny to watch like all these like news agencies like trying to tell you not like this is bad, don't do this, and then
Yeah.
like the common man being like, no, like fuck you, if this isn't proof that your government is actively working against you, like I don't know what else is. Like
Yeah.
it's
No, I
so
agree to that.
obvious. I just hope it's enough for like regular people to wake up and realize like you're being controlled. Like it's like this event is like putting on the glasses and they live. Like
Yep.
now, like you can never unsee it. Like it's forever.
Yeah, but there's still people on who like no matter what, they're gonna look at it and they're just gonna be like, oh well, the government, and like they're not gonna do anything about it. They
Like
don't
even
care
my
enough.
dad. My dad's like a red-blooded right-wing American man. When I told him about all this, he was like, "Oh fuck!" And then me and him, and then we're watching the news, and like Nora O'Donnell's like, "Fucking chaos in the stock market," and my dad's like, "Fucking good, fuck
Yeah.
those rich assholes." And I was like, "Yeah."
Dude, yeah, it's fucked. I mean,
Yeah.
it always has been. So I mean, I don't really.
It's just funny that people are just catching on to short selling now. You know what a crazy another time short selling happened?
2008.
And October of 2001.
Oh God, yep.
Yup, in the airline industry. Isn't that fucking like? So does that
Yeah.
mean they did 9/11 or knew about it and were like, we're gonna make money?
Oh, probably.
Oh, it's so evil. It's so fucking evil.
They just don't. They don't care. And I get it's a really weird thing to like say they because it's such a broad and overreaching term, but like it is true. Like the word they is I guess the best encompassing term for it.
Well, my thing is the fact that the news said it was anti-Semitic tells you who they are. Like they kind of confirmed all my racism and conspiracy theories about the Jews with that one article.
Dude, you have something against this specific set of people.
Because
I
man,
just
it's just it always comes back to them. Like at first I used to say it.
They are always the ones born into these jobs and brought up to do all this work, so they're the ones that get these
No,
jobs.
it's nepotism, Chad. It's not that Jews are smarter. It's Jews just you hire one Jew and then he hires his brother, right? And then his brother replaces you and then he becomes the boss and then it's only Jews from then.
and then
That's what happened with
That's
Hollywood.
exactly what I just said.
Right, but you're saying like they brought up. No, it's nepotism. It's scheming. It's bad.
You're just mad they figured it out.
No, we figured it out too. You know, there's this thing called like the British Empire and stuff like that. We just got lazy. It's like
All right.
it's like Grandma Wormtongue, you know?
Sorry about that. Riley, Patty ran to the bathroom. Vince and his ex-sauce was screaming. Riley sitting on the couch on her tablet, just ignoring him like a good big sister.
Dude, yeah, why not?
Such a sweet child. So I gotta ask you guys a serious question. And we're gonna get a lot of flack for this one.
You always say this.
Is it about the Galactic Federation? Because I don't fucking care.
Yeah, no.
What do you prefer? Iced coffee?
Oh, I refuse to answer.
Dude, tea all the way. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You know, when you sent that text and I read through the list, I was like, yeah, I could probably make some jokes about that. That's interesting. And then I saw iced or hot coffee and I got blood red mad. I typed like a 4-paragraph thing about how you suck at coming up with topics, and then I deleted it all and sat on it for a couple days until I got really drunk. And then the faucet turned on.
Oh my god, dude.
See, I was hoping you wouldn't have blown it up that bad because every week I was just gonna put a stupid topic in to fuck with you guys every week.
Like, I mean, you've been doing it right along, and
yeah.
I was just like, this joke sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like talking about this. I don't. It bothered me so. It bothered me more than it should have.
What? No, dude, it's awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. It's awesome.
Come up with totally non-racist topics.
Wow.
Welcome to 2021. Everything's racist. There's nothing we can do.
Yep.
Oh, my face hurts from smile.
Oh, I had a cool theory.
Oh no.
I know how Trump can get elected in 2024.
Oh god.
Make Elon his vice president. Elon can't run because he's South African born, right? No president can be born in a foreign nation, but they don't say anything about the vice presidency, right? So then, if
I don't think people like Elon that much to make a vice president.
I would vote. I would vote for Elon, straight up.
Yeah, I don't think Elon would like Trump at all.
I think they would understand. I think it could come to an understanding. Elon's a smart guy.
Probably go more of Bernie than Trump.
No, Bernie wants to ruin the country using socialism.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
No.
That's what Elon wants.
No, he doesn't.
He's happy making his billion a year.
You don't start a private space corporation because you want socialism, you know?
He started the space program because he saw our country
Sure wasn't doing shit with it.
Yeah, because we need to pay for more welfare, duh.
Oh my god.
Fuck NASA. We don't need to go to space. All of the world's problems can't be solved in space. Let's stay on this little dirt ball.
Why, are you gonna go to Mars when he brings everybody to Mars?
I signed up. Yeah. I signed up. I signed up for that. I sign up for the CIA every year too. They never get back to me.
Aw. Poor Chris.
Isn't that a movie, Spies Like Us, where it's just like
Okay.
regular people are the spies?
idea.
Or did I just make that up? Was that a fever dream?
A little bit of both.
I think I'd make a great CIA asset.
You're guaranteed a fucking sleeper agent. You just like they're just waiting for the time when like we're all back
Dude,
in that room
for
again,
all
and they're
you
just
know,
gonna.
I'm already compromised. Do I glow? Am I glowing in the dark? You never know. Like, I love calling CIA agents glowies because, like, I love whenever they post on 4chan, it's like, you're CIA. And then the person just stops and it's just like, fucking got him. It was so easy. You fucking glow in the dark, bro.
You'd be a perfect CIA agent. They would never think you were CIA.
No one would. And with all this like extremism and racism I talk constantly, you'd be like, well, of course he's not CIA. And then I'm killing you in the middle of the night, you know? Like,
Thank
like
God
I
you
look
don't know
all
where
like
I live.
weak and shit like that, but it's just like solid muscle. Like, I'm ripped underneath my clothes.
That beer guy is just a prosthetic.
I just lean forward and my hair's a wig. And I got like the Marine crew cut.
Well, did you guys hear about the Ukrainian guy who went on a rampage in Ukraine, hitting parked cars with his father's severed head in front of
Whoa.
4 or 5 passenger guys?
Was he Chechnyan?
I don't know.
Look, that just sounds like a good time, if I'm being honest.
Screen share this.
Like life's too short. Might as
A
fucking.
naked and bloodied man wrapped in the guts and holding a head of a man came out of the
I want
front.
to see what he scroll up to what he looks like. Yeah, that looks like a Ukrainian guy.
Chad, what are
guess,
you
like,
looking at that you
That
like?
is-
Hold on, if we can take a pause for a second. If you look at Chad's like auto ads on the left-hand side, what are you looking at in your free time, dude?
Yeah, man.
That's just the ads on the website, man.
Sure,
No,
buddy.
those are like set custom to you.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I
mine's
don't.
all like Slim Jims and spam and sunflower seeds. Yours is women's sexy clothing.
The only thing I Google on this computer is weird news stories like this.
Oh, okay.
Chad's got his Fet Life like on another window and we just can't see it.
Thanks for being a dick, Chris.
Can you believe Fet Life is still up?
What is Fat Life?
It's like MySpace for fetish people.
Igor
It's like everything.
Pana Marenko.
Well, anyway,
Dmitry Ponomarenko.
Dude, there are definitely some consonants missing in that name.
Naked Psycho. Wow. They actually called him Psycho. Isn't that a hate term?
No, not yet.
but when you're walking around with your
Friends
friends
and intestines wrapped around
and smashing your father's head on a bunch of cars, I think you could be called a psycho.
Maybe he was just having a bad day.
Dude, if that was the answer he used in in court, it's like, yeah, my client was just having a bad day.
Yeah, he killed them because he had to. We don't know what the situation was. Maybe he really had to kill them.
Sleeper agent.
Maybe they ganged up on him and he just fucking won in the end. You know, it was like 4-on-1 and he managed to like fucking fight his way out.
Yeah, he was looking for a 3-way. They weren't about it, so they fought him about it, and then it went bad.
So you think the father
and the friend decided to go after the son because the son knew too much about something. So the son killed them both, wore the intestines, grabbed the father's head, and went out in the street. He's like, "Where are you? This
Okay,
is what I did to your
so
assassin."
what do we know? What do we know about the Ukrainians?
They're all crazy and
They
filled with
love
radiation.
League of Legends. So the son was supposed to jungle and he wasn't doing it right. So dad got pissed and the friend got pissed and
Yep.
it turned into a fist fight. And then the kid won, right? And he was like, say I'm bad at Pico again as he was walking down the street with his dad's severed head.
Chad, recycle the cans, dude.
That's not even bad. You should see, like, they're everywhere. They're
Dude, yeah, I
Wait,
know.
wait,
You're
wait,
making a
Chris.
collection.
It is kind of
showing my
gross.
depression of Zoom.
That's his excuse.
My depression of Zoom. What would you guys do if you saw fucking walking down the street and you saw a guy smashing a head on a thing?
Walk the other
Turn
way.
around.
Yeah.
Get the
You
fuck
wouldn't
out
try
of
to
there as
stop him?
fast as I could.
No. The fuck?
You
Why
took
would you
it
try to
out.
stop a guy who is walking around with a severed head in his
Well,
hand?
Chad also said he'd try and run at a guy with a gun. So like Chad's gonna lose every fucking scary situation he's in. Where me and you, Chris, were like, we just stay away. Stay away.
First of all,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna do
look,
like in Crisis, just go on the ground, be like, kick the guy's legs out, grab the gun, pin him with the back of it.
dude,
Super
you are
sneak.
What was that?
no.
Was it a grasshopper game? Or was it a platinum game where you could do all the cool slides and stuff? It began with a V.
Pretty sure
Ah,
it's Crisis.
No,
Crisis,
Crisis was the
yeah.
PC game. I'm thinking of the PlayStation game.
Those
Never mind. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
Platinum didn't make too many video games that were like on the PlayStation. They made like 2.
If
No,
you
Platinum made a fuck ton of Sony games.
if
Oh,
you
no,
had
Platinum are guns
superpowers-
for hire, but they like to work with Japanese companies. They don't really work with Microsoft.
Yeah.
serious question, not joking, but if you had superpowers, would you be a hero? Or would you still be too afraid to actually like go out and fight
Watch
these
one of the
people?
previous episodes where we talked about this, and you'll have my answer.
No, because you're saying certain things, but this is like in the moment situation. Would you still be too afraid to go attack the people?
No, what the
I
fuck?
would-
Just become the villain.
Okay, here's realistically what I would do if the guy was walking down the street with a severed head. I'd go, "Hey, are you okay?" And then if he didn't turn to me and go, "Yeah, this is just a prank," if he did anything else, I would leave.
Just
If he
book
didn't
it.
immediately go, "Nah, I'm just doing something silly," I'd be like, "Okay." But if he turned to me and was like, "Bleh, bleh," I'd fucking run. If he turned around to me and went, "I'm fucking great," I'd be like, "All right, later, dude," and just get the fuck out of there.
But what if that
That's
was his
real
response
vanquish.
anyways? Like he turns around, looks at you, and he's like, "Yeah, it's just a prank," and then goes back to slamming the head against the wall.
I'd be like, "All right, maybe this is for a movie or Hollywood or something. Fuck it."
I
cameras
think
are
I'd be more afraid if he just turned around with a giant smile and smashed it and be like, "I'm fucking great." I'd be like,
Yeah,
"I'm gonna
that's what I'm
go."
saying. Like anything beyond, "Hey man, this is Hollywood. I'm fucking all right,
You're
buddy.
gone.
Later,
You're
dude."
done. Yeah.
I'd call the cops. You know? That's what if my father wasn't in the immediate vicinity, I would call the police. Other than that, I'd be like, "Bob, shoot that guy." And then Bob would shoot him.
Pull the gun out of the shoe.
Oh,
And
fuck.
guns. Dude, this friend of my dad's came over with all his rifles, and he had like black powder rifles from like the 1700s and shit like that. He has it was so cool. All these
So the
old-
ones that
he had
took
a
skill.
real 1941 Colt 1911 that like saw combat and shit. Like the real World War II US pistol. Like it was so cool.
Is he rich? Or is he just
He's just a collector. And it was in pristine condition too. Like it saw combat and he never, because you never clean a gun. Yeah, if it's an antique gun, you never clean it, right? Because you want the grit and the grime on it. But he just kept it so well preserved that it never got dirty or rusty. It was so cool looking.
Do you think it was one of the soldiers that got killed like immediately?
Possibly. Or maybe it was a kid who never saw combat and was just in the press tent writing articles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all fucked. If it were to happen, another Great War like now, it'd all be fought with like drones.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it couldn't. There will never be another Normandy because
No.
drones. Do you think if you were in 1940s America and the Japs sneak attacked us, do you think you'd buy into the propaganda and find yourself on that landing craft driving towards Normandy?
Oh, probably.
I totally would fall for it.
Dude, everybody, all three of us would be sitting in the same fucking boat,
Just
like getting ready to storm
like
Normandy.
hype as fuck, and
Yeah.
then like 10 seconds before realizing like, oh,
It's like, we made this choice.
whoops.
It depends how young I was. If this was like maybe like 10 years ago, maybe.
I mean, they wouldn't take us now. We're all fat and out of shape and unhealthy. Like, fuck you guys. You go be janitors.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like a lot of the kids were like 16, 17 when they signed up. So like 16-year-old Chris, I'd probably sign up.
Yeah.
I probably would have been the one fighting against it, knowing how I was back then.
So you'd be a Nazi? That's what you're telling me?
Or a communist.
Chad'd be in the fucking bunker screaming for the fatherland, raining bullets down on us.
Terrible.
The war is bad.
Dude, yeah, it's
Oh, you know that scene in Saving Private Ryan
oh god.
when the guys surrender and they kill him anyway?
Yep.
They're speaking Polish, not German.
Yeah.
It's because they were Polish conscripts. So like that makes it even worse that they killed them because they were just guys that were like, they told us to do this, you know?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it happened a lot, which is
oh, it happened way too much.
you know.
I don't think
Talked
we'd
about
ever go into a war like those anyway. I don't think they would end up sending like mass troops out to
Nah.
try to take on other
mean,
ones.
Russia invaded Ukraine with like 20 guys and won. You know?
Yeah, but that's also because Ukraine was like, what do we do, guys?
Well, Ukraine was in the middle of a civil war, and half
Yeah.
the country was like, "Why not Russia? Fuck it, we want to be Russian."
And the other half was like, do you remember what it was like after World War II?
Well, the other half was neo Nazis. So the United States is
Oh my
like,
God.
"What do we do? Do we help the neo Nazis or do we help the Russian communists?" Like,
Dude, it's like the Cold
Not
War
just gonna
never
stay out
ended.
of situations.
you heard about that? The winning faction of the Ukraine civil war was like a right wing, super Nazi, pro party kind of thing.
Yep.
It's so weird. And that was a college revolution. That was like students rebelling. So like all the students were super into Nazis. Ugh.
Glad we're in America when none of that stuff happens, right, guys?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, you know that mob that burned down Kenosha?
Oh god.
Yeah, they're getting a Nobel Peace Prize. Isn't that cool?
You know those guys that created the atomic bomb? They also got a Peace Prize.
But Oppenheimer is a badass and deserves a Nobel Peace Prize.
No, did you see his last interview where
Yeah.
he was like, "I have become death"?
I am become death, destroyer of worlds.
Dude,
And what was it? It was some people laughed, some people cried, most people said nothing. It's just like,
Yeah.
damn, dude, he was like, he knew exactly what he was doing and he regretted it, but he was like, someone has to do it, you know? Robert
that's-
Oppenheimer.
Dude, that's such a shitty situation too.
I know. And the best part is Einstein told the US government to make the bomb. And then as soon as it happened, he was like, okay, now that you got it, you can never fucking use it. And it was just,
America was just like, LOL, guess what? There are two already out there.
guess what? Japan blew up our port. Fuck them.
How
We blew up all the ports.
how would you live the rest of your life knowing that something you created killed that many people?
Just like Oppenheimer.
You just gotta
Drunk, stoned, and ready
Yeah.
to kill yourself every day.
grit your teeth and bear it.
Yeah.
I mean, we call it the Nobel Peace Prize because Nobel invented dynamite. You know?
Yeah, but you know,
Think about how many people have died as a result of the invention of dynamite.
Maybe not so much anymore.
No, dynamite was the first like big explosive. There's
Yeah.
a reason we calculate nuclear explosions based off one stick of dynamite, like megatons.
No, I
is
know, I'm
referring
joking. Remember,
to
like, in-
dynamite.
I was saying olden time movies, and it was like, we got the sticks of dynamite and let it just throw it. You don't
It
really
was
see that
basically
much
the
anymore.
first grenade. Well, no,
Yeah.
there was grenades all the way back to like the 14th century.
Yeah, but they were like sticks of
Mass
dynamite
produced.
were like mass produced. They were also like one of the most refined explosives you could get at that time.
You could blow up the side of a cliff with one stick of dynamite. You know, it was pretty cool.
Well, so on the topic of like nuclear armaments, I was watching a YouTube video about Bikini Atoll.
The Bikini
dude-
Atoll.
Dude, holy fuck.
It doesn't exist anymore. We
Yeah,
got
it's
rid
just
of
a,
it.
like 100-kilometer crater.
Yeah.
What was
And then-
it?
Of all the ironic jokes, we name a sexy piece of swimsuit after it.
So Bikini Atoll, it was the first. I don't know if it was the first detonation of a thermonuclear device.
Yeah.
So
Operation
basically,
Ivy.
yeah. So it took a regular nuclear fission bomb, set it off, and then it got funneled down into a second piece of plutonium, which exploded even hotter and burned faster, and created a fission bomb versus fusion. And fusion creates infinitely more energy than a fission bomb does. And they used the wrong version of. Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't nitrogen. It was magnesium, I think.
Yeah.
to like it was magnesium 17, and they were like, oh well, it'll be inert, it won't cause any issues. Yeah, it turns out because of that extra proton in magnesium 17, it caused the amount of power to go from like a 2 megaton bomb to like a 200 megaton bomb, and like, dude, it obliterated 5 islands that were just like regular people lived on. It
How
was
many people
fucking
died?
horrible.
It killed everybody and everything.
Yeah,
And who
And
dropped it?
Pretty, I mean,
America.
I love this shit. I think this is the coolest thing in the world. That's the explosion, Chad.
Jesus.
So
Look at that.
the Tsar Bomba, which is the biggest,
Biggest one ever.
that one sent shockwaves around the planet allegedly 5 times.
Yeah.
But
I asked my grandfather about it. He remembers hearing it.
dude, yeah. But Bikini Atoll was I think the first test of a thermonuclear.
Yeah.
So a fusion bomb.
Like
which-
the Tsar Bomba was detonated in Siberia, which is like up here. And it was blowing the windows out in Norway, thousands of miles away. It was such an extreme explosion. They wanted to do it in secret. Russia was like, we're going to test our newest bomb in secret. And as soon as it went off, they released a statement going, that was way bigger than we wanted it to. We're fucking sorry. Like, that was way too big. Like, and then the United States was like, maybe we should like stop this. And Russia was like, yeah. Like,
Let's
that
roll
was
it
one of
back
the
a little
moments
bit.
where the two countries were like, that was insane. Like, my grandfather was like, it was just like, he said it was just like, you just heard this like,
Yeah.
and then it went away and everyone was like, the fuck was that? And then like a couple minutes later, it came back and everyone was like, what the fuck is happening?
Dude, yeah. It's a
so
horrifying
scary.
thought.
Do you think there's ever a chance that a bomb like that will ever be dropped again?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be by any first world nation. It'll definitely be by some fucking
Like tiny country in the middle of nowhere that's like, yeah, we got this off the black market.
I don't even see it like that. I see it like
Iran?
do you guys remember that news story about the general who went rogue in Russia like 10 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he was like the head of an armored division and he just took his division and went, fuck it, we're our own thing now. Kind of like, what was that movie with Harrison Ford and the Coppola movie?
Air Force One?
No, I always forget that Francis Ford Coppola movie. The guy does coke and punches the mirror for real and cuts his hand.
Oh, I know the movie you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it though.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. But anyway, yeah, I feel like something like that'll happen where like, or maybe like a Doctor Strangelove where like the base commander decides, fuck it, put Plan R into fucking action. Let's see what happens.
Dude, yeah, it's gonna be fucked.
Do you think
That's part of
anything's
this
gonna happen with Iran?
Iran, dude, for as long as I've been alive, they've been telling me Iran's 6 months away from getting a nuke.
Dude, yeah.
Nah.
If
The only
anything,
way they'll get a nuke is if we Russia or Israel sells it to them. It's the only way.
it'll probably be North Korea because they'll get their hands on something from China because China's like, hey, who gives a fuck?
If we put China in a position where giving a nuke to North Korea, I think the only way China would is if like China's like, pay your debts, and we're like, do something about it, bitch. You know, and then they're like, fuck, all right.
They hand
North
it to
Korea,
their
nuke
crazy cousin right next door, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, have fun with this.
them. We might be going to war with China. They're doing all these military exercises on the Taiwanese border. And
Dude, fucking Christ.
we fucking love Taiwan. And we kind of told Taiwan if China ever does anything, we'll fucking nuke China to ash.
What was the thing that they're doing now with like Taiwanese citizens and all that?
Isn't that? Oh, hold on. I'm looking at
There was
Wait,
like a
referring
new thing that just came up about all this.
Well, Taiwan doesn't call themselves Taiwan.
No.
They call themselves China because they were the Chinese government that got overthrown by the communists and Mao. So like they're not the original Chinese government, but the Chinese government we did all our peace treaties with and all our trading with. That's why we fucking love them. They're our buddies, but they just lost the culture war.
It's
So,
the same thing as like Hong Kong.
Yeah, it is like Hong Kong with the British, except we let instead of Hong Kong being a British territory, we let Taiwan be its own country with its own
Yeah.
government and laws and stuff. But they don't have a military. We're their military. And
Yeah.
now China's like putting troops on the border and shit like that, saying, we're going to invade. We're going to invade.
Well,
What's
it's like,
gonna happen if they invade? Like anything?
Yeah, we're going to put troops on the ground.
No, if they invade Taiwan, like what would that do for China?
China's kind of like in the expansion phase of an empire. They're just trying to get as
Again.
much territory as they can. We gave them the South China Sea, even though it's not even called the South China Sea. I think it was called the Sea of Japan. Whatever. We just gave it to them because we were like, fuck it, have it. Shut your fucking mouths. They took Nepal. They're trying to take Taiwan. I'm pretty sure they're going to move on Korea because they always invade Korea like once every 100 years.
they
So
might,
like
yeah.
they're just trying to expand.
Where the hell's Taiwan?
Taiwan is below
Do you
China.
think any of these countries that have the balls to do any of that, thinking of what they might have, like the ramifications of it, or
I think
Wait,
Xi Jinping is imprisoning his own citizens, harvesting
yeah.
their organs illegally. I wouldn't put anything past that guy or his military.
so you think he would pull the risk of losing millions of
I
citizens,
think,
try to get the upper hand on America and
and
everything?
this isn't a dig at Joe Biden per se, but I think Xi Jinping doesn't see Biden as a strong leader and is like, Biden won't do shit. Because he never put troops on the border when Trump was in charge or when Obama was in charge or when Bush was in charge. Now he's putting them on when Biden's in charge. He doesn't think Biden's shit.
Well,
He's probably seen the videos where Biden stammers and can't think of a fucking sentence. It's like, wow, America's being run by a geriatric moron.
Yeah, but all this
Invade
stuff is probably
Taiwan.
in the work. All this stuff is probably in the works over the past few years.
Well, it's like with Carter and Reagan. When Carter was president, Russia fucking started making moves, and it wasn't until Reagan stepped in and went, hey, motherfucker, get the fuck back, that Russia started hanging back.
well, I mean, just the other day, apparently, there was a coup in Myanmar.
Yeah, or Burma or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, they're both the same, but like the military just took over the entire country.
It happens all the time in
Yeah.
third world countries. I mean, one day you wake up and there's 25,000 troops posted at your capital, and you're like, where did this come from?
Yep.
It just happens sometimes in those poor, weird countries. Would never happen here in America. No way.
So you think the two countries that tag team the most would be China and North Korea?
Yeah, I don't think Russia would team up with China.
No, they have too much to lose.
And
I
Russia
didn't mean to
just
say
got out of
Russia.
communism. Why would they go back into it?
Well, technically, they're out of communism.
Technically. Everyone's wearing blue jeans. They're not communist.
Yeah.
It's a good way to tell. Are you a commie?
more
You got blue
khakis.
jeans on? No, you're not a commie. Yeah, Russia, if they were smart, would team with the United States. A Russia-United States alliance could dominate the planet.
Oh, absolutely.
We have the most nukes, the biggest. The two of us combined are the biggest army. Russia can have Europe. I don't fucking care.
Parts of Europe.
They can have Asia. Fuck it. That side
Yeah.
of the planet's yours. This side of the planet's ours.
Yes.
Fucking, let's go to space together.
Europe
do you
is
think-
the DMZ.
Yeah.
Do you think Putin can ever play nice with the United States and like stop doing like
Who?
Putin stuff?
Russia?
Putin?
Russia's been playing nice with the United States for a long time.
Haven't they been hacking us, Chris?
Oh my God. And we've been hacking them. What a fucking surprise.
Putin's never going to give up power. You can tell with the whole Yelnevsky thing
Yeah.
that just happened because they were like, oh, he got poisoned. What was the poison? Only made in Russia. I don't know how that happened. And then he comes back and he's instantly arrested as soon as the plane lands. It's like, okay.
Isn't there a bunch of protests and riots going on in Russia right now?
Yeah,
When
but
it's
most of them
there.
got detained.
But at the same time, bro, it's Russia.
Yeah.
You know how Russian politics work. Like, if you get into Russian politics, you're gonna get poisoned. You're gonna get arrested. People are gonna try and kill you. Like, you know what you're getting into. So, like, if you get on stage and you're like, I can't believe it. It's like, bro, Russian politics. Come on.
Yeah, it's going to go bad for you.
That's like running for president in like Uganda. Like, crazy shit's gonna happen.
Dude, whatever
Dude.
happened to Coney?
Coney 2012.
So do you think any of these world leaders will ever get assassinated, like Putin, the
No.
China guy, Winnie the Pooh?
Did you see they tried to kill Putin like a few years ago?
No.
His motorcade got attacked. He was like driving down the highway, on like going this way, and then someone coming this way just cut into his lane trying to smash into his car, but he picked the wrong one and just killed some random driver. It was like yeah. Were you? No, you weren't working at the pier when those Russian diplomat SUVs came through. They were like Escalades, but like the windows were like this thick and all blacked out, and the tires were like bulletproof and shit like that. And like when they drove it off, it made like a loud doosh doosh because it was so fucking heavy.
What were they checking out?
What?
What were
Oh,
they
no, it
checking?
was just, I guess they wanted new diplomat cars in the United
Oh.
States. Why not, right?
You're gonna visit. Might as well have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They
If we
were
had to
like-
tag team with one country, what would it be?
If we had to
Russia.
team up with one country,
Russia.
rule Britannia. Let's go. English people, let's rise up. Let's do it again.
Dude, you get England, you get France, and you get Italy all together in one big party. That's it. You have your tea, you have your dinner, and you have your dessert. You're good.
Yeah,
Oh,
wine,
Japan.
pasta, and wine, pasta, and tea. What more do you need?
Exactly.
Sushi? What about Japan?
No, fuck that. They're all incels over there, anyways.
I do love how when the EU started being like, fuck you, America, we were like, all right. And then we just turned our head this way and we saw Japan and all these other like Pacific Islander countries, and we're like, hey, do you guys want our money? And they were like, yeah, please.
It's like, we need it.
So, like the Philippines is like, build as many bases as you want. We don't care. Like
Yep.
Guam loves us. Like, it's funny.
Japan must be a fucking crazy place to live right now, considering like the suicide rates like doubled.
Well,
since
they're
COVID and all that
they're
stuff.
already a socially repressed society, and now you're putting them in quarantine. Like, come on. Like, they don't talk on the subway. Now you're not even letting them go on the subway. Like, come on.
Well, they're very polite. You don't have the drunk assholes.
No.
Yes, you do.
Trying to hit on the
Girl.
You've never played a Yakuza game.
Oh my gosh. I knew you'd
Trying to
say
make
that.
a joke and he ruined it.
Dude, Japan has those cool alleyways that are just like a 4-foot wide alley, but it's just lined with like 5-person bars, where it's just like you, the bartender, and 3 other people. That's all that can fit in the bar. That seems so fucking cool.
Yeah, I'd like that. I don't like busy bars.
Especially if you find like a bartender that you're friends with. It's like you and your friends
Oh,
hang
sure.
out in your own private bar every night.
I need to go to. I think Japan's the one place I need to go before I
I don't think so.
I want to see Rome.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd probably say it'd probably have to be like Greenland for like whatever reason. I'd love to go to like Greenland.
It would be neat.
Yeah,
Greenland
Like-
would be cool.
like all the hot springs and all the shit that you can do out there, just because like the thermal aspect of it is like that interests the hell out of me.
I want to see Iceland too, just because from what I hear, Iceland is just beautiful and
I was
peaceful.
about to say, I heard Iceland's
die.
just
Just fucking.
beautiful.
I heard it's perfect.
Oh yeah, it's called Iceland and Greenland.
It's called Greenland, but it's the opposite.
Well, that was Floki's plan. He didn't want nobody knowing
my
he was going
God.
to Iceland. It's like this shitty piece, we'll call it Greenland and trick everyone. We'll go live on Iceland. Kind of fucking genius.
Yeah, but you would want to go see like the nice like environments of Japan, everything, like all the cool like scenery and all that stuff.
I would love to go to Japan and go to their like neon district. I don't know how else to
God.
describe it.
It's Hayabusa, if I'm
I
correct.
think it's Hayabusa. I wanted
Yeah.
to say Karamocho, but that's wrong. But I would love to go there and just be like, whoa, you know, like,
Yeah, like the middle of the night, you
everything's
just go
neon,
there. It's
everybody's
like,
wearing
alright.
weird clothes. There's techno and fucking crazy shit everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Like go to
Do you
those.
think New York will ever get like that?
No,
You don't
we're
think
not.
we're ever gonna-
Americans aren't that much into color.
No.
Uh,
We like explosions. If New York started playing like the Expendables in Times Square, I
Everybody would
think that would,
stop and stare.
yeah, people would stop and stare, and then it would catch on, and like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Everyone would start playing like explosions and violence.
No.
so you don't think like eventually we're gonna have like cool districts like in fucking
Well,
Cyberpunk and everything?
no, we got some cool districts if you really think about it. We got New Orleans, Bourbon Street. That's a pretty cool district. Uh, San Francisco used to be cool. You know, like we're
Yeah.
a
Now
much
San
bigger
Yeah.
Diego's
country.
better.
So
I'm talking
our,
about super different, like super. This
are
is
you
the
gonna
one
sit
area
here?
that you want to go see some weird fucking shit.
Yeah,
You're gonna go to this area.
Mardi
No.
Gras. Are you telling me Mardi Gras is the same as the Newport Folk Festival?
Oh God.
That's what I'm saying. The thing about Japan is it's a much more condensed country, so like it's like the differences are closer together, so it's much more extreme. Whereas in the United States, we're spread out farther. So like, you know, you get the Chinatown Festival in San Francisco is completely different from Mardi Gras, which is completely different from the Newport Folk Festival, which is completely different from that Milwaukee Fried Fest. You know, but they all happen relatively around the same time.
Yeah.
And if they were closer together, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" Walking, you know, from one city to the next,
If
or
there
riding the train.
if there are places I can recommend going to in America, just from like my own weird travels, like Vegas is a great place to go. You
Vegas
don't
is
even
trippy.
Dude, you don't even have to spend money. Like, just go and walk around for like a night or two. It's great. Go to California, San Diego. San Diego's nicer. Los Angeles is okay, but there are honestly too many homeless people.
Well, when did you go?
We went last
Oh, I
January,
remember.
so
Yeah,
just
last
before,
year.
yeah, just before COVID. Like,
Now, times the homeless population by 2.
dude,
That's
yeah,
that's where they're at right now.
don't go to Los Angeles. Go to
Yeah.
San Diego. San Diego is worth it. I don't remember. Oh. She doesn't want to be a part of the podcast, but she still wants to tell me
Yeah,
things.
she still wants to contribute.
Yeah,
Women, am I
okay, because
right?
I'm wrong.
Um,
Florida's a great place to go. You were talking about Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street's fucking awesome.
yeah,
Like,
I liked when I went to New Orleans. I fucking enjoyed it.
yeah, it's hard to get around, especially seeing how like everybody's either like drunk off their ass or they're just like everybody's crowded around watching this like performance going on. But like, it's cool. I'd go
Yeah, it's a
back.
cool vibe. Like
Uh,
I I have a love-hate thing with Brooklyn,
yeah.
where like I love just like seeing cool shit in Brooklyn, but then I interact with the people and I'm like, oh fuck all these people, you know? Like
Yep.
this, do you guys not get how cool your city is? And they're like, yeah, we get it. And I'm like,
They're,
fuck
they're like,
you. Like,
we get it. Just stay out.
yeah,
Well, I mean, like,
whatever, man.
we're actually looking to go to Texas.
Texas
Uh,
is amazing.
yeah, we're looking to go to like Austin. What is it?
I've
Austin,
been
Dallas, and Houston.
I've been to Austin and Dallas. I've never been to Houston.
Yeah, so we're looking to do those three over like an 8 or 9 day period. So
You
that'd be good.
have to take a photo of you near the Waco, Texas sign.
Oh my
There's
god.
no reason not to.
If I
You
can
don't
do it,
make a
I
stop
will.
in Waco, you're not a real American.
Oh,
Dude,
what's the other one? Uh
my brother's girlfriend's parents live in Waco.
oh my god.
Yeah. And I asked her, I was like, really? Did they go to the compound? And she was like, what compound? And I was like, oh my God.
It's like, well, all right.
Let me tell you about the federal government real quick.
Nah, dude, I'm gonna go to the Alamo and like have some fun
Yeah.
there.
Dude, I used to be obsessed with the Alamo
You have to remember the Alamo.
because I was, remember the Alamo and Goliad. Everyone forgets Goliad. If
Yep.
Sam Houston hadn't won at Goliad, Texas wouldn't have been a republic for like 5
You're gonna
years.
go to you're gonna go to Arlen.
No,
Ireland don't exist.
yeah, we're just gonna go Dallas, Houston, Austin. I don't know the exact like path we're gonna go, but like,
You're gonna go to Arlen. Just stand in front of a wooden fence.
no. I
Breathe
want to
in
go
that
try like
meat processing fumes.
no, I want to go have a beer, eat a giant steak, and get a cowboy hat just to be fucking ironic.
But you got to be careful, dude. because my sister done got bit by a rattlesnake last time she was in Texas.
Where is it from?
I don't know. My older brother thinks I'm losing my mind.
What?
Robert.
No.
Your text from the other night, if I actually put them up so people could see them, you would definitely be like, they'd be like, he's losing his mind.
Peanuts went sour. I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
Dude, Chad, use Google Messages. Honestly, it's better. It's a better texting service. I'd say go with that.
Anyway, thanks for watching Just Your Average Podcast.
That's
I'm
it.
Chad.
Gone
That's
for like
correct.
half of it.
Yeah, took care of your kids, peed a little bit. You can tell his eyes are glossed over. He's not even listening to us anymore. He's just like, yeah.
He's
Here,
thinking
guys.
about adopting a kid and beating it to death to get him.
Jesus.
problem
Well, that's got to
is-
get cut.
You know what the problem is? I have been up all night for the past like 2 weeks with my son. He won't sleep.
You
Fine.
wanted to have a baby.
My oldest dog sleeps directly above my head, and he's in the process of dying, but my father won't admit it. So every night he screams and howls in pain right above my head. So I haven't really been sleeping either, Chad. So go fuck yourself.
Hey, you could put yours down. I can't put mine down.
Oh, you
Of
can put
course you
yours down
can.
way easier than I can put mine.
Dude, a pillow will solve all your problems.
Listen, worst cooks of America. I heard they're hiring.
Jesus.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified. Let us know how much of a monster Chris is. Thanks
That
for watching
One.
and listening.